This video kind of wanted to discuss the next technical move we're looking at on Bitcoin, which I think is probably going to be one of the more important ones, because I think we're building our base now for our next run to new all-time highs. There's still a lot of bears out there that think we're going to roll over, but I just don't think that's really going to be the case at this point. But the key level that we're looking at is 11,700. So if that doesn't break up and over, then there's still the case for the bears to see more downside, or maybe take out the prior low that we had down near that was about 9,450, let's call it, somewhere in there. So let's take a look at the charts and see what we got. So this is a daily chart, and basically now we've firmly broken through this trend line. In the last video we talked about this has really been a fight. We actually broke above it here, and then we hit that 11,700. So again, we have this inverted head and shoulders, and what that does is makes this neckline really important, because once we break that neckline, if we bounce off of that, that's bearish. But if we break above this dotted neckline, we're gonna then be right upon 11,700. Now, if you look at how many times we failed that level, all through here, and then we came up and failed it again. Usually though, when you do get a failure of a level, and this also works with moving averages too, you'll get the first attempt back up, and it's not unheard of for that to fail, which we got here. Now when they make a short-term bottom and back up again, and in fact this is part of a larger, what we call a cup and handle pattern. So this is like the coffee mug part of it, right? Your hot coffee, and this is your handle right over here. So once that breaks, then you have a measured move up. Now, the measured move I'd be looking for, again, is this out of this head and shoulders. So this is going to take us up to this blue line area for the target. So that's really the next phase that we're looking at. Now, so when will this happen? Well, if we look on the daily, we're not really overbought or oversold, kind of in the middle, but we are working our way up to, but we're not at a point, like if we were really overbought here, I'd say we might have to like pull back and recharge a little bit before, but we could, on this move here, we could see 11,700 by the time you're watching this video, or we could have another bullish weekend and break through it and really get a run. We've seen that happen before. Asia's back from holiday, the Chinese New Year's over, so we've seen some pretty bullish activity from the Asian markets over weekends. So from the 4-hour perspective, we have come off a oversold condition, so that that's a nice buy spot, and that manifested into this nice move up. And so, but we are getting overbought on the 4 hours, so that is something that price will, that might be a little bit of a bearish thing for price to get through. Now that we're, about $700 less than 700 from that 11,700 level. So that is a bit of a concern on the 4-hour. On the hourly, we are looking at buy conditions. So nothing oversold, or I'm sorry, overbought on the hourly. So we could easily, on the hourly and the daily, everything's looking like a go for this move up to this level. 4 hours, the only fly in the ointment right now for being overbought. But I think this is the final assault on 11,700. This comes up and this touches 11,700. I'm completely looking for a breakout at that point. And then typically what you'll get is a move up. We have this fib target at 13,167. It would be not unusual for that to retrace back, and now this becomes support, and then you make another high off of that. I do think cyclically March is going to be a very bullish period for all of the crypto space, which then takes us to the alts. Now, Flame in our room, Flame did a nice chart where he's collected a basket of alts, 110 alts to be exact. So this upper chart is 6 hours worth of data, and what it does is it just basically shows you Bitcoin, which is the dark line, versus this basket of alts, which is this green line. I like it a little better than what you get on CoinMarketCap because it's a little more granular. CoinMarketCap segregates some of the bigger coins away, but I like to see the entire alt market at a glance, and that's what this achieves. So if we look at it from the perspective of like the last 6 hours, currently Bitcoin's actually underperformed a little bit against the alts, but if you look, and that sometimes can show us a shorter term trend change, we still are seeing, like, when you get this activity between the two, that means that it's an inverse correlation. That means that one's going up, the other's going down. At some point they will fall back into lockstep and they'll move together. I do suspect we're going to see that this month. We saw that back in late December and January, when we had a lot of really fast run-ups in the alt market before things sold off pretty heavily. 24-hour period is this lower chart, and basically you can see Bitcoin's had a really nice 24-hour period. Altcoins not so much. They're negative 1%. Bitcoin's at 6%. So we're still seeing, it's not a huge, what we call Hulk smash when Bitcoin goes up and the alts take a beating. It's not a huge effect, but it's still there to a certain degree. And sometimes you see that more clearly on the 6-hour plot. But in this case here, Bitcoin dipped and the alts went up. So, but again, I think that it's interesting, and we'll look at these charts over the course of our videos just to kind of see how the markets are looking at any given time or day during the week. But these are really cool to have, so we'll be going over those. So, all in all, I think the alt market is still bearish and still kind of at the mercy of Bitcoin moves. But we'll key in on this to see if there's a change in behavior. And I think the 24-hour plot's a little more telling in that regard, as far as, when it starts to move in unison with Bitcoin. So that's pretty much it, guys. Just wanted to kind of cover the next technical move. We are approaching up. It's almost the London Open. We're about 45 minutes from the London market's opening. And those can be pretty bullish as well. In fact, London's been probably the most consistently bullish market since our bottom below, where we spiked a little below 6,000. So, we could be at 11,700 during the London session. We'll see what happens. But again, I don't think that they're going to be able to fend this off. That's my prediction on 11,700. So we'll see how that plays out. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate all the signups and all the subscriptions and likes on the videos. That really helps us out a lot. So again, appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys on tomorrow's video. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.